Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this off-tube commentary here on the Commentary Hub. And we have a barn burner for you today. It's Manchester City versus Newcastle, and Manchester City rather can move 3 points clear at the top of the Premier League with a win today. So let's take a look at the starting lineups, and we're going to start with Manchester City, who is managed by Pep Guardiola. In goal is Ederson. At the back is Alexander Zinchenko, Almeric Laporte, Ruben Diaz, and João Cancelo. In the midfield, we've got Ilkay Gundogan, the captain, Rodri, and Kevin De Bruyne. And the front three are Jack Grealish, Gabriel Jesus, and Raheem Sterling. For Newcastle United, who are managed by Eddie Howe, line up as follows with Martin Dubravka in goal. The back four is Matt Targett, Dan Burns, Jamal Lascelles, the captain, and Emil Kraft in the midfield. They have Joe Linton, Sean Longstaff, Bruno Guimaraes, and the front three is Alan St. Maximum, Chris Wood, and Miguel Almiron. And the substitutes for Manchester City, substitute goalkeeper Zach Steffen. They have CJ Egan Riley, Nathan Ake, Luke Mbete, Bernardo Silva, Fernandinho, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer, and Riyad Mahrez. And the substitutes for Newcastle United is Carl Darlow, Paul Dummett, Fabian Schär, Kieran Trippier, Javier Manquillo, Matt Ritchie, Jacob Murphy, Callum Wilson, and Dwight Gale. And our officials today, the man in the middle is Stuart Atwell. His assistants are Konstantin Hatzidakis and Neil Davis. And the fourth official is Anthony Taylor. And in the VAR booth is Jared Gillett and Nick Hopton. So today, Manchester City had a boost with Liverpool failing to get the job done against Spurs yesterday at Anfield. And Newcastle United have never won a Premier League match at the Etihad Stadium. They've drawn 2 and lost 14, losing each of their last 12 visits to the ground. Their last away win at Manchester City was at Main Road in September 2000, with Alan Shearer scoring the winner in a 1-0 victory. Manchester City, on the other hand, have lost just one of the last 28 league matches against Newcastle. Uh, the last defeat at St James, the last 2-1 defeat at St James's Park in January 2019, and only Liverpool and Manchester City have won more Premier League points in 2022 than Newcastle. However, the Magpies have lost 3 of the last 4 away league matches. And we're looking today, earlier on today, we had matches involving the teams at the bottom, and Everton have got themselves out of the relegation zone with a 2-1 win at the King Power Stadium, and that left Leeds now in a pickle. They are now in the relegation zone after they lost 2-1 at the Emirates. The other result from today was at Carrow Road, where West Ham, excuse me, where West Ham closed the gap on Manchester United to 3 points with a 4-0 win of their own against Norwich. But today we turn our attention towards the top of the table, where where Manchester City can gain themselves a 3-point lead. And the two teams now just gathering towards the centre circle. Pep Guardiola and Eddie Howe just shaking hands there. And this is really going to be. It's not going to be an easy game for Manchester City. Newcastle have been playing well, although their recent defeat at Liverpool 1-0 was a bit of a blow, of course. But aside from that, they have won their previous 4 games before that, winning 3-0 away at Norwich, 1-0 at Crystal Palace, at home to Crystal Palace, and 2-1 at home to Leicester, and a 1-0 win at home to Wolverhampton. Once relegation threatened at Christmas, they are now looking like they can challenge for the top 10. And now Stuart Atwell has just got the two teams here lined up. They are about ready to take the knee. There's Pep Guardiola. The referee blows the whistle and the two teams take the knee in the ongoing fight against racism in not just in football but in greater society. It'll be Newcastle to get us underway in their famous black and white jerseys, attacking the goal to our left. City in their famous blue jerseys with white trim, blue shorts and blue socks. And the ball is launched forward, and Gabriel Jesus is already chasing this down. But that was a fine challenge there by Matt Target. And Kevin De Bruyne picks the ball up here now. De Bruyne, he gives it to Rodri, but he's under a challenge there from Joe Linton. And it was a foul, and a free kick has been given by the referee. And Diaz goes back to the goalkeeper, Ederson. And Laporte gives it out onto the far side to Zinchenko. Zinchenko looking for options available. He plays it forward to De Bruyne and gets it back off Kevin De Bruyne. And then Zinchenko launches it out to the other side of the field to Gabriel Jesus. It's an excellent ball. And it's passed in there by Rodri, but it's intercepted by Joel Linton. And Newcastle just attempting to break out now, but it's won back by Gundogan. And Gundogan now plays the ball forward to Jesus. Gundogan gets it back off Jesus. He's trying to get inside Longstaff. Dan Burn, but he's not able to do that. And Dan Burn wins it back and clears the ball forward. And the header was on by Chris Wood then. He tried to find Alan St-Maximin, but St-Maximin was not able to keep the ball in play. And the throw-in taken quickly by Manchester City, which is Kevin De Bruyne now on the ball. Gives it to Zinchenko. And here's Grealish. Gives it to Gundogan. And here's Gundogan again. Gundogan, long ball over onto the far side to Cancelo. Cancelo gives it to Rodri. Diaz. And he gives it to Laporte. Laporte still has it. Gives it to Gundogan, but he loses possession under the pressure of Joe Linton. Longstaff plays the ball out onto the far side now. And here's Almiron. Kraft is overlapping on the far side. It's Kraft. Back to Almiron. Balls here. And Lascelles gives the ball here to Burn. Joel Linton. And on the far side now is St-Maximin. Joel Linton. Chasing that down is Longstaff. Kraft. Almiron. Newcastle got these 4 wins in a row before losing to Liverpool. The ball is launched long there on the far side, looking for Joel Linton. That's a good piece of defending there by Cancelo, and City now breaking forward with Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan gives it to De Bruyne. De Bruyne to Gabriel Jesus, and that's a good piece of defending there by Dan Burn, and it is back into Martin Dubravka's hands. 3 minutes gone, Manchester City 0, Newcastle 0. You are listening to alternative commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's Player of the Match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. And the ball is cleared by Dubravka, and here is Alan St-Maximin. Rodri dispossesses him, and Kevin De Bruyne now comes away with the ball. Kevin De Bruyne, he's got Jack Grealish overlapping on the far side. Here's Grealish. Gets inside the penalty area, and he gives it back to Jesus. He's trying to dance his way through, but that's good defending by Lascelles. And Grealish again. Grealish goes down. Now it's a free kick. It's just outside the penalty area. The foul by Sean Longstaff. Ramirez is also there protesting to the referee, but it's not gonna matter. you see, it's won back there by on Joe Linton, and then it's Joe Linton's foul on Grealish, and it's right on the edge of the penalty area. A very dangerous position. This you can see Grealish over this. Grealish. I'd say it's about 2 yards outside the penalty area at most, maybe 1.5. Kevin De Bruyne is over this one, and this is just his position. Is he just gonna dink the ball in, or is he gonna go for a shot? We'll see. Here's De Bruyne, and the shot is wide of Dubravnik's left hand post. Dubravka's left hand post, right hand post rather. It was not one of De Bruyne's best attempts. 5 minutes gone here, and goal kick to be taken by Martin Dubravka. Just a little bit of a nervous look there on Pep Guardiola's face, although he's going to be confident today. It's played out with goal kick by Dubravka and off the head of Rodri, so it's going to be a throw into Newcastle. And here's Guimaraes. Guimaraes is dispossessed, and Kevin De Bruyne now storming forward. He gives the ball out on the far side to Grealish. Grealish to Zinchenko. Zinchenko plays the ball across looking for Gabriel Jesus, but Dubravka gets down and intercepts that and has the ball safely in his hands. Well, De Bruyne won the ball off Guimaraes there quite comfortably. It's ball there to Grealish, overlapping to Zinchenko. His ball across actually just took a deflection, which made it a little easier for Dubravka. And it's going to be a throw in to Newcastle here. And it's going to be taken by Dan Burn. Rather, Matt Target, I should say. Matt Target, just looking for options. And he finds Chris Wood, who chests it onto Joel Linton. And here's Alan Saint-Maximin now. Saint-Maximin is dancing away, and he's looking on the far side to Almiron. And he actually finds Kraft instead. Now Kraft does find Almiron. And Lascelles gives it to Burn. And his target. And here's Jamal Lascelles. He's just taking his time there. Not sure where to go. Instead, he rather goes back to Martin Dubravka. And here's Guimaraes. Guimaraes back to Lascelles. And here's Kraft. Kraft tries to dink that ball forward. He does find Almiron. He's got a bit of space on the far side. And here's Alan Saint-Maximin, and Joel Linton's dashing into the middle. Can he find him? No, it's intercepted by Rodri. But the clearance isn't good enough. It comes out to Kraft, who gives it to Guimaraes. Guimaraes to Saint-Maximin. Saint-Maximin launches the ball in, and that's a header by Chris Wood. Oh, we should have done so much better than that. It was a weak header, and it was Newcastle's first real chance of the game, and you have to say he has to do better than that. And Joel Linton was right behind him. I mean, obviously Chris Wood didn't get the shout, but if he did, that would have fallen perfect for Joel Linton as well. That's an opportunity squandered for Newcastle, it has to be said. And now, City have got the ball in their own half with Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan plays the ball out to Zinchenko. And here's De Bruyne running again at that Newcastle defender, frightened to death of him. And here is Grealish. Grealish now. Gives it to Zinchenko. Gets it back. Grealish gives it to Gundogan. Gundogan dinks the ball over the top looking for Jesus, but that's good defending by Dan Burn, who heads it out for the first corner of the game with 9 minutes gone. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JDAC Football, JB Sports, and Storm FM. So it'll be the first corner of the game, and it's been taken by Manchester City. And just not quite sure who's over that, but the ball comes in. And here's a chance for Laporte. Oh, I say, what a chance. Oh, he catches it on the volley right away, but he peeled away excellently from the rest of the Newcastle defence. And, well, 7 yards out, clear shot on goal. Defender or not, you have to hit the target from there, and you can see the frustration on his face. So both sides have had two really good opportunities early on here. First 10 minutes, we could have had 2 goals. A goal kick here, which Martin Dubravka will take, who launches it downfield. It's flicked on, looking for St. Maximum, who's trying to get ahead of João Cancelo, and he did, but illegally. It's a foul on Cancelo. St. Maximum protests, but it's not going to matter. Goes back to Ederson, and he launches the ball forward, but the ball is a poor one, and it's picked up in the middle of the half of Manchester City, with Newcastle coming forward. And here's Guimaraes. Guimaraes gets the ball back. He's got a bit of space in front of him, and he opts to go back. And Guimaraes has the ball back again now. Here's Dan Burns, and he gives it to Lascelles. Lascelles on the far side to Kraft. Guimaraes. Kraft now. Kraft gives the ball away. And now City can pick it up, and they're threatening the Newcastle penalty area now, but great defending again by Dan Burn. But he only gets it so far clear. City still have it with Rodri just inside the Newcastle half, but the referee has blown up. And it looks like Kevin De Bruyne there is clutching his head. He's just being helped to his feet now by Dan Burn. We'll just take a look at this. Yeah, it looks like it is quite by accident, but it looks like he caught the elbow of Dan Burns. He used his arm, Dan Burns, certainly, but he didn't swing his elbow at him. No problem there. De Bruyne will probably just go off, just get a quick reassessment, and we'll be back on. And at this point, this rule where they have to go off and then come back on again, I've never really been a fan of. Seems all rather pointless, really, but City will continue now with João Cancelo. Rodri inside the centre circle. And he gives it to Laporte. And Diaz. Cancelo. Patient build-up. Rodri. Laporte. And he's just inside the Newcastle half now. He gives it to Grealish. Jack Grealish gives the ball there to Zinchenko. And now Guimaraes moves the ball away, and he's just not able to. That's a foul, the referee says, on Guimaraes. And not sure I saw a great deal wrong there, but the referee has given a foul. And you'll just see it here. Oh, he maybe kind of catches him, I think. But it looked to me there like Guimaraes had sort of gone over Rodri rather than Rodri sticking his foot out and actually tripping him up. But it will be a free kick to Newcastle, which Martin Dubravka will take midway inside the Newcastle half, and he launches the ball forward, looking for Chris Wood. It just escapes Chris Wood, and will be dealt with at the back there by Ruben Diaz, and it's headed out of play by Matt Targett. So it will be a throw into Manchester City, just inside the Newcastle United half. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Commentary Live 1. You can also like our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. If you enjoy this type of off-tube commentary, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any games going forward. And City have the ball inside their own half now. It's Zinchenko, gives it to Gundogan. Zinchenko gets the ball back, and he gives it back to Ederson inside the City goal. And here is João Cancelo. Cancelo being stalked by Joel Linton, and he chooses to give the ball to Rodri, who goes back to Laporte, and Laporte gives it to De Bruyne. Zinchenko rather. Zinchenko finds Grealish out on the far side. Zinchenko, he's got space in front of him. He loses the ball, Zinchenko, and it's cleared away. And unfortunately for Newcastle, it's not really cleared away to anybody other than a City player, which is easily picked up by Laporte. So City can start again quite easily now. They're just over the halfway line. It's Rodri. And the ball is dinked forward here, and it's looking for Jesus. He's found him just inside the City penalty area. Jesus gives it back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne's cross is a good one. Cancelo! And he just puts it wide. And, oh, that was a chance. Another chance for Manchester City. Probably the best chance, this one. 15 minutes gone, still 0-0. But you can see that the cross comes in here by Jesus. It's a wonderful ball into the box. Gives it to De Bruyne, actually. De Bruyne swings it across, and it's right on the 6-yard line, and he missed the target from there completely. That is a gilt-edged chance, and one he will be very disappointed with. It will be a goal kick. It was a wonderful ball in by Kevin De Bruyne. Cancelo. He loses the ball just briefly, but City do win it back, and then lose it again to Joe Linton. Here's Guimaraes. Guimaraes forward to, oh, nice flick on there by St. Maximin, gives it to Joe Linton. Chris Wood to Linton. Back to St. Maximin, who slips, still trying to maintain possession, but Rodri comes away with it for Manchester City. Here's Alexander Zinchenko. Zinchenko's got De Bruyne overlapping as they stream over the halfway line. Jack Grealish now to Ilkay Gundogan. Gabriel Jesus. Yes. Laporte. Laporte gives the ball out on the far side to Zinchenko and back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne going forward now. It looks like Jesus has gone down. Sterling has gone down there, but there's no request for a penalty. Not sure what happened though, why he went down. Perhaps he slipped, but there's no request for a penalty here. Well, there was contact, but I mean Sterling was coming from behind there on cells, so it's there's nothing wrong with that in my opinion. Well, we played 17 minutes. It's 0-0, and the ball is long, and it's headed on by Wood there, but the referee saw a foul in Wood's challenge, and it'll be a free kick to Manchester City. And here is Aymeric Laporte. Zinchenko to Grealish. Grealish just being forced deeper into his own half. Here's Grealish. It gives the ball to Diaz. Diaz launches the ball forward, and away there is Sterling, and it just goes all the way through to Martin Dubravka. Commentary Services would like to thank our official streaming partner for this season, Melon. Visit their website, www.melon.com, Okay. Newcastle win the ball in midfield now. They're inside the centre circle. They lose it to Gundogan. And here is Rodri, who gives it to Grealish. Grealish charging forward again. Grealish almost loses it, but he is able to find Gabriel Jesus. And here's Gundogan. Gundogan, the captain, he gives it to Rodri and gets it back. Plays it to Grealish on the far side. And here's Gundogan. Gundogan dinks the ball and looking for Cancelo. And there's a chance at a goal, and it's Raheem Sterling. City take the lead. And that was a wonderful goal. Manchester City 1-0 up. It's Raheem Sterling, and it's the start that they would have needed just to take the edge off a little bit, knowing that they can go 3 points clear of Liverpool with a victory tonight. And you'll see, first of all, how this all played out. The ball is with Jack Grealish there. Jack Grealish gives it to Gundogan. Gundogan's ball is an excellent one. João Cancelo heads it on, and Sterling is right there just inside the 6-yard box to head it past Martin Dubravka and to give Manchester City the 1-goal lead. And we've got 19 minutes gone, and Raheem Sterling is the difference here. Raheem Sterling's goal has given City the lead that they so desperately wanted. Dan Burns goes back to Dubravka. Here's Lascelles, and the ball is long, and here's Joel Linton. The referee though has pulled up for a foul on Ruben Diaz, and the referee is just having the word currently with Chris Wood. The New Zealand international is just being lectured at the moment by Stuart Atwell. I don't think the referee is going to make take any further action at this time. Although Wood is still protesting, he'd be just as wise to keep quiet because the decision has been made, no matter what he thinks about it. And the free kick now is to be taken by Aymeric Laporte, and he gives it to Gundogan. Laporte sends the ball forward there, and it's flicked on by Grealish, looking for Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne, and De Bruyne, and again he had two opportunities, one to find Grealish. Instead he chose to pass the ball into the box, and Dubravka intercepts that with ease. I see Kevin De Bruyne here. He's so dangerous. His attempt to find Jack Grealish was excellently intercepted, but in the end, it's with Martin Dubravka, and he clears the ball downfield, which again Wood wins easily. St. Maximin, and it's Joel Linton, and it's back to Jamal Lascelles, and he goes back to Dubravka. Manchester City 1, Newcastle 0. Well, the Etihad is full, and the Etihad expects a victory today, 3 points clear over their rivals, Liverpool, in the race for the Premiership title. Here is Joel Linton. His ball is intercepted by Cancelo, but it does go back to Manchester City, and it goes back to Jamal Lascelles, and he gives it to Kraft, looking for Almiron. That was intercepted by Diaz, and here is now Gundogan. Gundogan, the ball is long, but I don't think Grealish is going to make it, and it will be a throw into Newcastle. "22 minutes gone here. Manchester City 1, Newcastle 0. Sterling's goal on 19 minutes, the difference between the two sides. And Fernandinho there, who came off the bench in the midweek defeat to Real Madrid, is back on the bench today. And here is Sterling. Sterling is dispossessed. And here's Alan St. Maximin. St. Maximin charging forward over the halfway line now for Newcastle. He's got Matt Targett overlapping. Here he is, Matt Targett. He launches the ball into the box there, looking for Chris Wood, but it actually, in the end, bounces off Zinchenko and goes behind for a corner to Manchester City. And see the cross coming in there by Matt Targett. Just waves away, really, of Chris Wood, but Newcastle will have another chance now as the ball bounces off Zinchenko. And going on the far side to take that. That actually looks like Matt Targett. He will take the corner. Both sides have had one corner each now. Well, they're taking the time, Newcastle, but they are behind by a 1-0 here. And there's Wood and Longstaff are all in there. And the ball comes in, and there's a header. It's bouncing around, and it's in! It's Chris Wood! And it looks like that may be ruled out, actually. The VAR may check this. The assistant's flag went up. Let's just take a look at this one. There's the header. Oh yes, it comes off Guimaraes and eventually bounces back to Wood and would knock the ball into the net. But I mean, it is offside. And Bruno Guimaraes there was offside, and it'll be a free kick to Manchester City. So Newcastle Hearts are excited for a second, and you know what? Ruben Diaz almost gave the ball away. Zinchenko does have it now. And here's Laporte who gives it back to Zinchenko now as City move forward. Rodri just going over the halfway line, and he gives it back to Zinchenko. And it's Jesus. Gundogan. And here's Ruben Diaz. Diaz out on the far side now with Raheem Sterling. He just plays it inside to Cancelo with a shot. And a good save by Martin Dubravka at his near post. It'll be a corner. Well, Raheem Sterling's ball played in Cancelo there. Rather than playing the ball across, he went for the shot at Dubravka's front post. But the goalkeeper was awake and up to the challenge. Good save. And he just skits inside there. He gets away from Joe Linton fairly easily, too easily, really. But Martin Dubravka bails him out. And Kevin De Bruyne now with the corner for Manchester City. De Bruyne, and the referee has blown his whistle for something. And we're going to retake that corner. Ruben Diaz and Dan Burns having a disagreement. And Stuart Atwell has come in to make peace. And again, there's lots of shoving and holding in the penalty area, lots of jostling. The corner's going to come in now from Kevin De Bruyne. He swings it in, and it's just headed away there by Joe Linton. And Zinchenko picks it up. And again, it's launched into the penalty area, and the goalkeeper gets up Dubravka and plucks that out of the air. And Martin Dubravka there. Been a stellar goalkeeper for Newcastle. And his performances have helped elevate Newcastle to the position that they're in right now and out of relegation trouble. And Cancelo heads the ball on to Zinchenko. Zinchenko midway inside his own half. Gives it to Gundogan. Zinchenko plays the ball long, but it's just misses Kevin De Bruyne as he slips and goes all the way through harmlessly to Martin Dubravka. It's Manchester City 1, Newcastle 0. You are listening to the Commentary Hub on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's Player of the Match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. Newcastle now breaking over the halfway line. And here's Almiron. And he loses the ball. And Zinchenko has it now. He just plays it back to Laporte. And back to Ederson. Ruben Diaz just plays the ball forward, but it's comfortably won there by Longstaff. And here is Alan Saint-Maximin. Saint-Maximin gives it back to Guimaraes. And here is Matt Target now. Matt Target just tries to go inside the defence. He's looking for Almiron there. Almiron tries to get the cross in, but it is in fact blocked. And I believe the linesman's flag has gone up for offside. Manchester City 1, Newcastle 0. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JDAC Football, JB Sports and Storm FM. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Commentary Live 1, and you can like our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. And you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like this sort of commentary. And you will just hit the notification bell as well if you wish. You'll then not miss a match going forward. And now here is Cancelo. Cancelo tries to find Raheem Sterling, but that's good work by Target and Saint-Maximin now. Saint-Maximin goes back there. Oh, and it's a bad ball. And here's Raheem Sterling, the goal scorer. He's trying to get his way inside that penalty area, but Target now clears and he gives it to Guimaraes. Jamal Lascelles. Kraft. And here's Almiron. Almiron's ball is a bad one, and Rodri intercepts it. And now Jack Grealish has it. Grealish over on the far side. Surely is fouled there by Guimaraes, but play goes on. And here's Gundogan. Gundogan dinking inside the penalty area. Gundogan with a shot, but it's blocked by Byrne. And here's Zinchenko. Out on the far side to Kevin De Bruyne. And here's Gundogan. Gundogan gives it to Cancelo. Cancelo to Gundogan. And here is Kevin De Bruyne again. Gundogan. Here's Sterling. And Diaz. City just keeping possession. Taking their time. Diaz. And he gives it to Laporte. Zinchenko. And he gives the ball to Sterling. Zinchenko. Gundogan on the far side. And here's Grealish. And he gives it back to Gundogan again with a shot, and it just whistles past Dubravka's left-hand post. Oh, that was close. It's worth the effort. Okay, Gundogan now. He must have been about 25 yards out. And it just whistles wide. And Commentary Services would like to thank our official streaming partner for this season, Melon. Visit their website, www.melonapp.com. And that is a really late challenge by Ramirez, and he's actually gone into the book for that. So Stuart Atwell does punish him for that foul. It was very late. And so we have our first yellow card of the game. And Newcastle win the ball back now. And here's Lascelles. Lascelles tries to find Amoron, but it's intercepted. And now De Bruyne moving forward now. De Bruyne plays the ball on the far side. It's a real chance for Jesus. Oh, he just was not able to control it. And that gave Ganburn the opportunity to knock it behind for a corner. But the ball here by De Bruyne again was absolutely excellent. And it's just so unfortunate for Gabriel Jesus. He was not able to control that. And it just gave the opportunity for it to be cleared away actually by Kraft. And it'll be a corner to Manchester City, which Kevin De Bruyne will take. And it's over on that far side. De Bruyne with a corner. Cross comes in. It's headed away by Lascelles. Knocked on by Guimaraes. And chasing that is Alan Saint-Maximin. He's got some space in front of him. He's waiting for Guimaraes to come up with him. Surely he was tripped there, but the referee doesn't give it. And it'll be a goal kick. And it's taken quickly by Ederson. And here is Gundogan. And he gives it to Rodri. Gundogan over to De Bruyne. De Bruyne now streaming forward. Kevin De Bruyne. He gives the ball to Raheem Sterling. Sterling just shielding the ball. Does a quick 1-2 with Cancelo. And here's Rodri. Gundogan on the far side to Grealish. And a quick ball there by De Bruyne to Zinchenko. And he played the ball across, and it was just away from Gabriel Jesus. All it needed was a touch, and that would have been 2-0. But you see Grealish here. It's a nice ball in. Dummy by Zinchenko, and then he gets the ball back off De Bruyne. And the ball across. Oh, Jesus was just unlucky just not to be able to get a touch on that. Had he, it certainly would have been 2-0. Well, 33 minutes gone. It is still Manchester City 1, Newcastle 0. Sterling's goal on 19 minutes, the difference between the two teams. And Pep Guardiola chatting with his assistants on the far side. He looks more relaxed at this point. 11 minutes to go till half time. His team are really in control of this game. And here's Saint-Maximin now. Cleared away by Rodri. Only just reaches halfway. And here's Chris Wood. Once he gets it back now. And here's Saint-Maximin. Saint-Maximin's got some space in front of him. Gives it to Guimaraes. Joel Linton. That target now gets the cross in, and Ramirez just getting in front of De Bruyne there to keep the ball for Newcastle. And the referee said that was fair. Ramirez gives it to Longstaff, and he is looking for Kraft. And instead, the ball just goes way away from Kraft and rolls out harmlessly for a goal kick to Manchester City. Now, Newcastle are already warming up substitutions. Kieran Trippier over there, former Burnley and Atletico Madrid player. And Newcastle have the ball in their own half now from the goal kick. And here's Matt Target. Target launches the ball long. Chasing this one now is Chris Wood. Chris Wood holds the ball up, but the linesman's flag is risen, and we will have a offside against Chris Wood. And here is Zinchenko now. Gives it to Rodri. Rodri to Gundogan. City still just inside their own half. Gundogan gives it to Kevin De Bruyne. And the ball goes out on this near side now to Diaz. João Cancelo. And Cancelo gives it to Gundogan. Gundogan got a bit of time in the centre circle. And he gives it to Zinchenko. Zinchenko finds Grealish. Zinchenko goes back to Diaz. And City again just managing this game at the moment. They're not really pressing. They're being very patient with their build-up, looking for holes and looking to create chances. And here is Grealish now. And he gives the ball to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne gives it back to Gundogan. Gundogan, oh, nice touch on there. And Grealish gives it back to De Bruyne. Back to Grealish. Well, City are really a possession team, and they find Raheem Sterling. Wonderful play. Sterling, and he's looking across for Jesus there. It's bouncing around, and eventually it is headed behind. Oh, it's just kept in place. Matt Target just does so well to keep that from going behind to a corner. And instead it goes out for a throw-in on this near side level with the penalty area. Good work there by Matt Target, preventing the corner. 8 minutes left in this first half. Manchester City 1, Newcastle 0. In fact, Target did not prevent it from going to a corner. So in fact, it will be a corner, but it's a brave effort that the assistants give the corner. Here's De Bruyne with it now. It's long. Right out to Gundogan. Oh, and Dubravnik drops it, and it's 2-0. And Laporte is there. Johnny on the spot. Oh, that is that Martin Dubravka will want that back. Oh, that's a terrible error, and it gifted Laporte with a 6-yard tap in. Must have thought it was Christmas. And Manchester City take a 2-goal lead with 7 minutes left in this first half. We'll just take a look at it here. It started with De Bruyne's corner, and the corner was actually outswung rather to Gundogan, who struck the shot, and the goalkeeper spilled it, and it just first chance was for Diaz, which he managed to stop. The second one was Laporte. Yes, it's a sloppy error by Dubravnik, and it was Gundogan's shot. Dubravka spilled the ball. Diaz wasn't able to push it past Dubravka, but it did bounce kindly for Laporte, and City are 2-0 up. And the ball goes out onto the far side, and this is not what Newcastle would have wanted. If he'd have kept a hold of it, of course, there was nothing that was going to come from that. The shot didn't seem to have a great deal of power, but it just spilled out of Dubravka's hand. And ultimately, Laporte was there to tap in Johnny on the spot. And it's a throw in on the halfway line now to Newcastle. It's taken quickly. Here is Lascelles, who gives it back to Dubravka. Dubravka cleared forward, but it's comfortably won by Manchester City. And here's Raheem Sterling now. And the ball is played out. It's offside. Well, he will feel a lot more relaxed now, knowing he goes in at 2-0 at half time. He's got to feel confident that his team can hang on and get the points they need to go 3 points clear of Liverpool. But he won't settle for two. This man is a perfectionist, is Pep Guardiola. He won't settle for two. Here is Alan Saint-Maximin. Saint-Maximin now. Oh, he tries to get the cross in, but it's blocked. And it comes back again to Joel Linton with the cross. And now Ederson spills the cross. But the difference is for Ederson is he has backup helping him with Jack Grealish, who attempts to just get out of the penalty area with that. In the end, he ends up running it out of play, and it'll be a throw in to Newcastle United. And you see here the cross from Joel Linton. Oh, yes, it's certainly an error there by Ederson. But now City can break forward. And here is De Bruyne. De Bruyne plays it out on the far side to Zinchenko. Zinchenko has got Jesus in the box looking for him, but this time Dubravka comes and claims it a lot better. A lot more sure of himself that time. And you see for the breakout there from De Bruyne. And it's a nice pass by De Bruyne to Zinchenko. Unfortunately for Zinchenko, there's only Jesus in the box there. Very difficult to find that one man. And here's Cancelo with a throw-in, taken quickly. And here is Laporte. Laporte gives it to Gundogan. And he just gets it back. Well, you have to feel that for Newcastle, they're not going to go down. They're not going to make Europe. Certainly since Christmas, you have to say that this would have been a position that any Newcastle fan would have ripped your arm off to take, because they really were in trouble at that time. And here is Gundogan now. He launches it forward, looking for Zinchenko. Instead, he finds Grealish. Grealish just dinks it in there and finds finds Zinchenko. Zinchenko back to Grealish. He's got a bit of space there. And he finds Gundogan. Gundogan, his ball to Zinchenko. He's not a good one, but he wins it back. And Gundogan attempts just to get inside the penalty after a poor clearance from Kraft. And now Kraft goes down. And Zinchenko can't believe it, but it will in fact be a free kick. Can't believe it, but Stuart Atwell has given the free kick, and that's his decision. 2 minutes to go till half time. Manchester City 2, Newcastle 0. And Martin Dubravka will take this free kick. Well, it's been a very interesting first half. City have dominated it from beginning to end. Really has to be said that the second goal was a gift by Martin Dubravka. The first goal was a lot more well organised, although the defending wasn't really exceptional. And here is Raheem Sterling. Sterling gives it to Rodri. Rodri to Gundogan. And Zinchenko has it back. City now just managing out the first half, keeping possession. Gundogan plays the ball long to Cancelo. Cancelo's got players in the box. He delivers a bad one. That's poor. But the clearance from Dan Burn isn't much better. But he just manages to get it away to Almiron. Almiron under pressure there, but he's dispossessed. And here's Jack Grealish and Jesus. Jesus just gives it back to Rodri. And here's Zinchenko. And he gives it now to Grealish, level with the Newcastle penalty area. Back to Zinchenko. Zinchenko to Rodri. Rodri out to Raheem Sterling. Sterling gives it to Cancelo, and City really are now just managing the game out. We're going to just find out in a moment how much stoppage time Anthony Taylor is going to add on. I can't imagine there being much more than 2 minutes, but we'll see. Here's Gundogan, and he gives it to Laporte. And here is De Bruyne. De Bruyne gives it to Grealish and to Zinchenko. De Bruyne. Still haven't heard anything yet from Anthony Taylor. And here is Rodri. Rodri. And he plays the ball out here to, oh, that's a nice ball with Cancelo across, and there's a chance, oh, and Jesus almost touched it. We finally get how much injury time is left at the end of the first half. It is 2 minutes, but that was a good move. Raheem Sterling there started with him, and he had a little bit of space in front of him. He just wasn't closed down quick enough, and he then gives it to Cancelo. Cancelo's ball across, and it was just, I would say, about a few yards away from Jesus. Again, a touch on that, and we'd be looking at a third goal. In the end, it goes out of play and could be a goal kick, which Dubravka takes, but only finds Diaz. And Diaz launches the ball forward, looking for Jesus, but it's aimless and it just goes out of play. And it's 2-0 to Manchester City here. 45 seconds left in injury time in this first half. And see Kyle Walker there. He is not on the bench today. So he's missing, and he's still injured, I think, from the knock he took in midweek. And the ball is launched forward there by Target, and it's just headed away by Diaz. But it comes to Alan St. Maximum again, level with the Manchester City penalty area. And here's Guimaraes. Guimaraes, ball out on the far side looking for Kraft. He's not able to find him. And Jack Grealish now comes away with it. He's screaming over the halfway line is Jack Grealish. He plays it out to Raheem Sterling. Sterling launches the ball in. Kevin De Bruyne is on the far side now inside the penalty area. It bounces out to Gundogan, and that is the half-time whistle. Stuart Atwell blows for half-time, and Manchester City lead 2-0. Goals from Raheem Sterling on 19 minutes and Aymeric Laporte on 38 minutes is the difference. And at half-time at the Etihad, it is Manchester City 2, Newcastle United 0. You've been listening to the Commentary Hub. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and the players are coming out for the second half. Looks like there is going to be a substitution for Manchester City. Fernandinho is coming on, and we're just going to take a look and see who has replaced him. I don't know just yet, but Fernandinho is on. Okay, so as soon as I have the information, I will give that to you. But Fernandinho is on. That much I can tell you. Yes, it's Ruben Diaz that's actually gone off, and it is Fernandinho that is on. And City will get us underway in this second half, attacking the goal to our left. So we're underway here. City leading 2-0. I actually didn't think that Pep needed to make a substitution, but he has. He's brought on Fernandinho for Diaz. Perhaps he's looking to add a few more goals. Or maybe it was just an injury. He wasn't moving very well in the first half. So here is Zinchenko. He gives it to Gundogan. The ball is over on the far side to Fernandinho. And the ball is launched forward now. And it is Jesus. And here is Jack Grealish now. Just seems to be heading back. He gives it back to Fernandinho, has slotted into that centre back position. So it is an almost like for like swap here. And it looks like that he has been brought on because perhaps Diaz has picked up an injury. Here's Zinchenko, and he gives it to Grealish. Grealish now, and here is Jesus. Back to Zinchenko. Jesus. Gundogan. And here is Cancelo. Gundogan. To Zinchenko. Zinchenko and Gundogan. Cancelo now. Just knocking the ball around, keeping possession of Manchester City. They're so incredibly patient. The ball is launched forward now with Jesus. Jesus inside, real chance, and De Bruyne wasn't able to finish it, but it was a good opportunity for Jesus. Here's Sterling now. Sterling is inside there, and there's a deflection, and it goes wide, and it'll be a corner to Manchester City, which Zinchenko looks like he might take quickly. But Sterling there with the chances. Zinchenko does take it quickly, gives it to Gundogan. Back to Zinchenko. And now Gundogan again. Gundogan launches the ball in, but it's headed away there at the back from Lascelles. And here's Saint-Maximin now. Alan Saint-Maximin's got some pace in front of him, and he tries to find Wood, but it's just away from him. And Fernandinho will mop up that mess. And Rodri now gives the ball to Kevin De Bruyne. Well, real chance there for City on one or two occasions. First by Jesus and then by Sterling. Both not taken. And here's Fernandinho now. And here's Laporte. Zinchenko. And breaking forward now is Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne's pass is a poor one. It's not often you hear that. Here's Rodri, though. It does come back to him. Rodri. And now it's Grealish. Grealish cuts inside. And here's Gundogan. About 25 yards out. And he gives it to Zinchenko. Rodri. Gundogan. Clear sight at goal. He attempts a shot, but it's blocked by Joel Linton. Cancelo. Picks up the rebound. Cancelo. Sterling. Jesus gives it back to Sterling. And he gives it to Gundogan. Jesus. Sterling. Fernandinho now. Fernandinho and gives it to Jesus. Back to Sterling. Gundogan. Rodri. again, very patient build up by Manchester City, just looking for exploitations that they can find inside that defence. It's a wonderful ball over the top, looking for Zinchenko, but he's just not able to keep it in play, and it goes out of play. And you are listening to the Commentary Hub. You're listening to the Commentary Hub on the. You're listening to alternative commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's player of the match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. And it's a goal kick now with Martin Dubravka. And it's cleared downfield. And knocked on. City win the ball back, but then lose it. And Newcastle just trying to keep a hold of possession now, and they keep giving the ball away. But in fact, Joe Linton is fouled there by Rodri, and it will be a free kick to Newcastle United. And Ramirez and Joe Linton just moving away from it. It will in fact be taken by Martin Dubravka. It's about 10 yards inside the Newcastle half. I think he'll be looking for a long one here. It is. It's launched long and it's flicked on. And the ball just bouncing around now on the edge of the penalty area. But Longstaff still has it, but it looks like he gave Jesus a shove there. And it will be a free kick to Manchester City, about 6 yards outside their own penalty area. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partner for the season, JDAT Football, JB Sports and Storm FM. Don't forget to like us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1, and you can also like our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. If you appreciate this off-tube alternative commentary, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, click on the little bell so you don't miss any games coming up. And here is Gundogan now. Gundogan gives it to Rodri, launches the ball long on the far side, and he was looking for Cancelo, but it just wasn't enough. The ball was away from him, and it goes behind for a goal kick to Manchester City. Commentary Services would like to thank our official streaming partner for this season, Melon. Visit their website, www.melonapp.com. And obviously, other action that has gone on today in the Premier League and some of the leagues around Europe. We'll go through some of that for you in a moment, but it is a goal kick, and right now Fernandinho has it, and here's Gundogan. Gundogan over the halfway line, sends it out to Almiron, and he launches it into the box, but it is headed away. And it'll be a throw into Manchester City midway inside the Newcastle half. And it's to be taken by Cancelo. And it's Ramirez gets in the way of that one. It goes out of play again for another throw. And once again, Cancelo will try again. And he gives the ball to Jesus. 94% possession at the start of the second half. Absolutely incredible possession. 94%. I've never seen that. And here now is Zinchenko. And Zinchenko gives it to Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne cuts inside and it's cleared away by Dan Burn. And right at the back there is Almiron clearing it away for Newcastle. But Newcastle do lose it, and City have it back. And here's Laporte. And he gives it to Rodri. Rodri now. At the moment, just playing a quick passing there with Gundogan. And City just building up from the back once again. Well, you can see City very much in control of this game. There's a ball long there to Grealish, and Grealish is trying to cut inside the Newcastle penalty area. He's got a bit of space now, and here's Jesus. He's turning and he gives it back to Gundogan. Gundogan thought about shooting but changed his mind. Gabriel Jesus. Oh, his ball is disappointing and it's picked up by St. Maximan, who in turn loses it, but ultimately, actually, it is a foul. The referee was late blowing that up for the foul on St. Maximan by Cancelo. So let's just run through some of the scores in around the country today. At the Emirates, Arsenal beat Leeds 2-1. The King Power Stadium, Leicester lost 2-1 to Everton. And at Carrow Road, West Ham was all over Norwich with a 4-0 victory. In leagues around Europe, in Ligue 1, Metz 3, Lyon 2, Angers 4, Bordeaux 1, Clermont 2, Montpellier 1, Reims 1, Lens 2, and a later score is Lorient 0, Marseille 3. There's 7 minutes to go on that, and later tonight at 7:45 UK time is Paris Saint-Germain versus Troyes. And in the German Bundesliga, Eintracht Frankfurt 1, Borussia Mönchengladbach 1. A later score is Bayern Munich 2, Stuttgart 2, 56 minutes gone in that one. And at 6:30 tonight UK time, RB Leipzig versus Augsburg. And now we'll just back to the game. Now you're not missing much. Here is Joe Linton. He manages to play the ball out on the far side to Almiron. Almiron now. And he gives it back to Joe Linton. And his target. And now it is back with Lascelles. Target now gives it to Alan Saint-Maximin. Saint-Maximin, who gives it to Ramirez. Ramirez with a shot. And it goes over the crossbar. No problem there. In Serie A, Spezia 1, Atalanta 3. Venezia 4, Bologna 3. A later score, almost half time, is Salernitana 0, Cagliari 0. Later tonight, 7:45 UK time, is Verona versus AC Milan. In La Liga, it's Getafe 0, Real Vallecano 0. Villarreal 1, Sevilla 1, and the latest score, only 15 minutes gone, Espanyol 0, Osasuna 0, and the Madrid derby is later tonight, Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid at 8 p.m. UK time. Well, that's it for the scores, and it's a goal kick quickly taken by Martin Dubravka, and Wood is penalised again for a foul, which he's not happy at all with. And here is Kevin De Bruyne. Zinchenko. Laporte. Zinchenko again. Zinchenko. And Zinchenko is dispossessed there. And here's Ramirez. Ramirez launches the ball long, looking for Alan Saint-Maximin. Saint-Maximin stalked by Cancelo, but he's trying to just pull away from that. Saint-Maximin gets the shot away, but it is a tame effort and goes wide of Ederson's right-hand post. Well, he cut across it well through that, but the effort in the end was tame. He had players around him. He had Wood up there for support. Chose not to take that help. Here's Rodri to Fernandinho. Fernandinho. And gives the ball to Diaz. Not Diaz, sorry, Laporte. It's Cancelo. Back to Fernandinho. To Laporte. Laporte, Zinchenko. And Gundogan gives it to Rodri. City just again knocking the ball around in the centre circle. They're not just patiently building up. We have 59 minutes gone here. It's Manchester City 2, Newcastle 0. You are listening to alternative commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. My name is Paul James, Today's Player of the Match sponsor on the hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. And it'll be a free kick to Manchester City. Joel Linton showing his frustration. And here is Jesus, gives the ball on the far side. And here is Cancelo. He launches the ball in. Oh, and it's just headed up into the air and out of play. And that's a good piece of defending. It has to be said by ourselves, because Jesus was coming in the just behind him to knock that ball into the box. So that is a good piece of defending. And it will be a corner. And De Bruyne now will take this corner. This is Manchester City's sixth corner of the game. Exactly an hour gone. Cross comes in, and there's a header, and it's 3-0. And Rodri is the goal scorer. Well, that's it now. 3 points for Manchester City. 3 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. Surely now. He just ghosted away from the defence and had a comfortable header at the near post. It was altogether far too easy, and City lead 3-0. And you can see here, when De Bruyne takes the corner, he's already moving towards the 6-yard box to head that in at Dubravnik's front post. Nobody follows him, nobody tracks him, and it's just a comfortable header right on the 6-yard line past Martin Dubravka, and City lead 3-0. They celebrate, and that's it. He knows now. He knows now that there is. I don't see a way back for Newcastle here, and they have the ball now inside their own half, and it's back with Martin Dubravka, who clears the ball. City win the ball back comfortably, and here is Jesus. Jesus gives it to Gundogan. Gundogan to Fernandinho. Fernandinho on the far side to Cancelo. And here's Rodri. And here's Laporte. And Rodri today has capped off an excellent performance, it has to be said. Wonderful performance, really, today, and scoring this goal as well. And here is Rodri again. And he gives it to Zinchenko. Zinchenko just thinks the ball forward, who himself has played well today. But cleared up at the back here is Dan Burn. He was closed down there by Kevin De Bruyne, but it goes out of play for a throw-in. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JDAP Football, JV Sports, and Storm FM. Well, Gabriel Jesus will now come off. Phil Foden is coming on for Gabriel Jesus. It's been a good performance by Jesus today. He's done very, very well. And it's reflective in the ovation he's receiving from the Manchester City fans. He's worked hard today, he's created chances, and his performance has been very, very good. So he'll put his feet up now for the rest of the game, and Phil Foden is on now. And here's De Bruyne. De Bruyne just touched the ball there. He managed to come off a Newcastle player, so it will in fact be a throw-in to Manchester City. And it's taken quickly by Kevin De Bruyne, and it's Laporte who gives it back to Fernandinho. And Rodri. And Laporte. And here's Fernandinho. He launches the ball forward. And he's looking for Phil Foden there. And it's cleared up at the back by Longstaff. And just cleared downfield there by Martin Dubravka. And the game continues now with Rodri. gives it to Gundogan. And you can hear the Manchester City fans now. They are absolutely delighted right now. They know they're heading to 3 points clear at the top of the table. And that's a foul on Jack Grealish. 65 minutes gone. It's Manchester City 3, Newcastle United 0. And here is Cancelo. He plays it out on the far side to Sterling. Sterling gives it to De Bruyne. De Bruyne's got space and time in front of him. He gives it to Cancelo with a shot, and it just goes wide. And it'll be a goal kick. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1. You can also like our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. If you enjoy this type of off-tube commentary, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the like button. And hit the bell, the notification bell, so you do not miss a match going forward. And we now have a substitution coming up now for Newcastle United. And just wasn't quite sure who that was, but it's coming on. And Trippier is also undressing himself and getting him set up to come on. And the ball is long, but it's just aimless. It'll just go through to Martin Dubravka here. Just take a look and see in a moment when those substitutions will take place for Newcastle and who will be the replacements. Martin Dubravka clears the ball downfield, and Wood and St. Maximum get involved with it. St. Maximum loses it, and here is Sterling now. Sterling gives it to Gundogan. Gundogan's got space. He gives it to Jack Grealish. Grealish with the cross, and it's headed up. And the goalkeeper's under pressure. He just palms it out. And clearing away at the back there is Dan Burn, just to prevent any vulture-like behaviour from the City forwards looking for a fourth goal there. And here is Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne gives it to Zinchenko. And Zinchenko, he gets it back off Rodri. And in turn gives it back to Laporte. Well, it's really the changes that are going to be made by Newcastle. You have to wonder, the 3-0 down, this game is really beyond them now. And here's Rodri. Rodri gives it to Sterling. Sterling's got space, looking for Foden, but instead it goes all the way through to Jack Grealish. Grealish now inside the City penalty area. It comes back to Zinchenko with a shot. And a superb save by Martin Dubravka keeps the score at 3-0. And the ball that was actually looking for Foden, it just went all the way over to the other side of the penalty area, picked out Grealish. Grealish plays a nice simple pass and a superb strike by Zinchenko, and equally matched by some fine goalkeeping from Martin Dubravka. So it will be a corner to Manchester City. And here come the substitutions. So Trippier and it looks like Wilson. So yes, Callum Wilson is coming on, and he let's have a look who's coming off. Yes, it's Woodencraft that's coming off. So Wilson and Trippier are on. Chris Wood and Emil Kraft are making way. So they're like for like substitutes. Let's see if it will make any difference at all. It'll be a corner now to be taken by Manchester City. And Kevin De Bruyne and Stuart Atwell's blown up for something here. He warned Dan Burn in the first half, and still they are still this. Well, Rodri's gone down. I think that they're going down a little bit too easily. Fernandinho and Kieran Trippier now going over to talk to Stuart Atwell. All seems rather silly, really. But he's called over the captain, Jamal Lascelles, and Fernandinho, the captain, wearing the captain's armband for City. And I think he's just trying to do some peaceful negotiations here. So now the corner will be taken by Kevin De Bruyne. And, well, Laporte has gone down, and finally Dan Burns gets booked. And now he's swearing at the referee, and I could read the lips there. Language I can't let go on the air. But that was coming for Dan Burn. He was doing that in the first half, and he's already been spoken to on 2 or 3 separate occasions. A corner comes in, but it's not a great one. But they'll get another opportunity after Almiron is not sat out of play. And Kevin De Bruyne will have another go. And he's still arguing with Dan Burn. He needs to stop because he's on a yellow card. He could end up getting. There could be further action taken by Stuart Atwell here. And he's tried to keep his cards in his pocket, Stuart Atwell, today, to be fair to him. And cross comes in now, and it's a lot better corner that time. It's hacked away by Joel Linton, but not really far enough. And in the end, it's headed on by Fernandinho, and it goes out of play. Commentary Services would like to thank our official streaming partner for this season, Melon. Visit their website, www.melonmap.com. And it is a goal kick by Martin Dubravka, cleared downfield, and here's Jack Grealish. Oh, he goes down there and he's clutching his leg, but Rodri's still moving forward now for City. And here's Raheem Sterling attempting to get a cross in here, and there's nobody there, but De Bruyne on the far side of the penalty area picks it up, and now Zinchenko to Gundogan. De Bruyne cross. Oh, De Bruyne! It turns out to be a shot, but it's actually Martin Dubravka just had to adjust himself a little bit, but made the save comfortably. And here is Alan Saint-Maximin, and cleared forward there by by Byrne. And City now have it back in their own half, and here's Zinchenko. Nice ball on the far side to Kevin De Bruyne. And now then, here is Jack Grealish. De Bruyne. And he gives it back to Laporte. Well, City very comfortable now. They're just knocking the ball around nicely. Newcastle really aren't chasing it too much at this point either. I suspect City will be happy to hear the full-time whistle, but they've got about 18 minutes to go on this yet. Zinchenko there gives the ball away that time. And here's Alan Saint-Maximin, Wilson with a bit of space in front of him. He tries to find Saint-Maximin, but he is not able to do so. It was a poor pass, which was comfortably intercepted by Fernandinho. And here's Gundogan. And if you look at the stats, there's 4 attempts on goal in the second half by City, 2 on target, 2 attempts by Newcastle, both being wayward. Newcastle have not been playing well in this second half. It's tough to say that a team has, given up, but it's just not there at the moment. But here comes City now. Here's Almiron. Let's see if he can do something with it. Almiron. The ball is swung into the box and it's headed out of play. Good play by Fernandinho. That was the best bit of play in the second half by Newcastle. The cross came in. Laporte gave the ball away. Almiron has a bit of time. And it's swung in by Trippier, actually. And it is a good piece of defending by Fernandinho. It'll be a corner now to Newcastle, which again, Kieran Trippier will take. Trippier now. And it's outswung. And there's a header and frustrated look on Lascelles' face. But it just goes it just ends up in the arms of Ederson very easily. There's no power on that. Here's Sterling. Good piece of defending there that time. And here is Guimaraes. Saint-Maximin was muscled out of the play. Did come off a City player. Maybe that's a foul, actually. The free kick taken quickly, but it's just terribly given away. And now Jack Grealish is racing forward into the Newcastle penalty area. He's got space. He tries a shot, but it's blocked. But again, that all started from a terrible free kick, and City have given it away on the edge of the penalty area again. And here now is Gabriel Jesus. And it's Rodri now. Rodri gives it to Cancelo. Cancelo just looking for the easy ball to Phil Foden, but that's easily won by Dan Burn and cleared away. And here is Alan St-Maximin over the halfway line. Foul, surely. The referee will come out with a yellow card for Kevin De Bruyne here. No doubt about that. And it will be a yellow card. Well, that was coming. He was getting away there with St. Maximin. It was a blatant foul, what I might call a professional foul. He's still down at the moment, is St. Maximin. And there's 15 minutes left in this one, and it's Manchester City 3, Newcastle 0. And he's being helped on his feet now. So the free kick is taken quickly, and but it goes all the way through to Ederson. Well, Ederson now just taking his time. At this point, City, who have not been able to win any other trophy this season, they went out of the Champions League, of course, on Wednesday. But at this point now, they'll be 3 points clear of Liverpool. It's really theirs to lose at this point. And here's Foden and Zinchenko and Gundogan, Fernandinho. And it's out to De Bruyne, and De Bruyne finds Sterling. Sterling cutting inside, but good work by Joel Linton intercepting there. And City, Newcastle now coming away with the ball, and here's Alan St-Maximin. And Gundogan, one more time. And Cancelo is fouled there, surely. And Stuart Atwell does call it on Joel Linton. Not sure what Joel Linton's complaining about. That was a foul for sure. And Cancelo plays it back as City will once again build up coming back. I have to say, when I've watched Manchester City today, they strangle the lives out of teams as well. In this keeping possession for so long, they rarely give the ball away, and they keep possession and they're patient and they create chances and they exploit holes in the opposition defence. Their stats are unbelievably incredible. Um, when I watch this Manchester City team, they might not have won a Champions League yet, but they will. It's only a matter of time. Now then, here's Dan Burns for Newcastle United. And he just plays the ball forward, looking to Callum Wilson, who flicks it on excellently, looking for St-Maximin. Charging down that left-hand side. St-Maximin looking for help. Grealish finds him, gives it back to St-Maximin. St-Maximin's cross is a poor one. It's easily blocked by Jack Grealish. And Sterling is wrestled to the ground, but the referee says play on. Jack Grealish, he's got Phil Foden overlapping on the other side there. And here is Phil Foden now. He finds Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne. And here is Gundogan. Rodri. Cancelo. And here is Sterling now. Cancelo gives it back to Fernandinho. And he gives it to Kevin De Bruyne. Newcastle now just sitting back, and I think they're really looking at mostly damage limitation at this point. City have just. I would really love to see the possession stats for the rest of the second half, because for the first 15 minutes of the second half, they were over 90%. Jacob Murphy is now coming on for Newcastle, um, and coming off is Miguel Almiron. So Jacob Murphy is on, Almiron is off. Well, he's not really done a great deal in terms of attacking threat as Almiron, and so he goes off, and Jacob Murphy comes on. And here's Fernandinho. Fernandinho gives it to Laporte. And that's a nice ball out the far side to Cancelo. Cancelo, and he gives it to Gundogan. Gundogan's ball was a little bit wayward. So chasing that back is Zinchenko. And we are going into the last 10 minutes now with City leading 3-0 here at the Etihad Stadium. It's a very, very comfortable performance today. For much of the game, Newcastle have rarely threatened. And here's Foden. Gives it back to Rodri. And it's touched on by Sterling, looking for Cancelo there, but it's intercepted that time by Target. And now all of a sudden it's Guimaraes. Guimaraes was looking for Wilson, who was chasing through. He might have been offside anyway, but City now breaking forward. Grealish. Rodri plays the ball to De Bruyne, and here is Raheem Sterling coming into the penalty area, and it's bouncing around there. Foden now picks it up. He was thinking about a shot, chose not to. He gave it to Jack Grealish. And back to Gundogan. And Cancelo with a shot, which is blocked by Guimaraes, and it goes out of play. Alan Saint-Maximin unable to keep it in. And it's very soon going to be behooving on me to name a player of the match. I have one or two ideas, and I'm gonna let you know who the player of the match is in about 4 or 5 minutes time. And here's De Bruyne. De Bruyne. Here's Phil Foden. Sterling's goal on 19, Laporte on 38, and Rodri on 60 are the difference makers here. And João Cancelo's ball is a disappointing one, and it goes out of play. 8 minutes left. Manchester City 3, Newcastle 0. This game is, well, this one is all gone. It has to be said. There's very little threat from Newcastle, and City are now just patiently building up from the back and are just basically keeping possession and managing this game. Oh, here's a chance now for Callum Wilson. Good save. Well, that's the first real chance of this second half for Newcastle. It came out of nothing, really. The goal kick was launched forward by Dubravka. It was then, he was onside. He was played through there, and it was a good opportunity. It was actually played through by Murphy. It was a good opportunity, but a good save in the end. But that might give them some sort of lift. And here's Langstaff. And the cross comes in there, and it's flicked away. It's over onto the far side to Saint-Maximin. Saint-Maximin, he's just cut it inside. He has a shot, Saint-Maximin, but it goes over the crossbar. For a few moments here, Newcastle come to life. A chance by Wilson, and Saint-Maximin cutting in there, and just his shot just going over the crossbar. Not a million miles away, but Edison obviously thought that it was going over, and it'll be a goal kick. And Edison now, he decides not to go long this time, and he plays the ball forward, and it's just picked up there by Trippier. Trippier ends up going back to Martin Dubravka. And here's Joe Linton. Ramirez. And here's Jamal Lascelles. Lascelles. Oh, it's intercepted there. Lascelles' ball was poor, and Jack Grealish was in fact fouled. And so it'll be a free kick to Manchester City, a couple of yards inside their own half, and here is Gundogan. And in the end, City go all the way back now to their goalkeeper as they just worked out managing this game out now to its conclusion. And here's Cancelo. Cancelo gives it to Raheem Sterling. And Rodri, who's done so well in the midfield. Rodri gives it to De Bruyne. Fernandinho. And back to Zinchenko, who himself has had an excellent game. Zinchenko is cleared away though by Newcastle. And here's Fernandinho. Fernandinho now, Sterling now racing forward. He's got Cancelo overlapping on the far side, but Cancelo's ball into the box is blocked there. And to be honest with you, what really wasn't the best ball. And Jacob Murphy blocked that one. So it's headed back to the goalkeeper, Martin Dubravnik. And it is now he's got the ball in his hand, but it's going to be another substitution by Manchester City. It looks like Egan Riley is coming on now for Manchester City. And here is De Bruyne. De Bruyne to Sterling. Sterling plays in Foden, but what a fine tackle by Jamal Lascelles. Oh, that was a superb challenge. Foden had a clear effort on goal coming in there. You can see here, this was a nice little pass by De Bruyne. Finds Jesus, finds Sterling. He had a clear sight of goal, but a wonderful tackle by Jamal Lascelles. And now let's see who is coming off. It is Aymeric Laporte coming off for Manchester City, and CJ Egan Riley will come on and slot into that centre-back position. So that's both sides making 3 substitutions now. And it'll be a goal kick, and we're just going to take a look now at my man of the match. I actually have a couple of options here, actually. I'm looking at either Zinchenko or Rodri. Both have been extremely good, but I think I'm going to go with Rodri. Rodri's performance in the midfield, he's helped control the midfield all the way through this game, as well as score a goal himself. So the player of the match, sponsored by Commentary Services today, goes to Manchester City's number 16, Rodri. And we are inside 2 minutes now, or almost inside 2 minutes. It's Manchester City 3, Newcastle 0. And here is Egan Riley. Egan Riley launches the ball forward. It's a good ball. And it finds St. Maximum. And St. Maximum now plays the ball across. Oh, it just missed Wilson. And it's picked up by Joe Linton. And here's Ramirez. Ramirez still has it. Oh, here's a chance for Ramirez, but he loses his feet and the ball just goes out wide. And he's still fighting with it, but it's actually good defending. Excellent defending that time. And City, and there's a foul by Sterling. Sorry, on Sterling, I should say. And it's Manchester City 3, Newcastle 0. And Matt Targett is responsible for that. And he will go into Mr. Atwell's notebook. And it'll be a yellow card there. So Matt Targett picks up a yellow card. But City take it quickly. And here is De Bruyne. And he gives it to Sterling. And here is Gundogan. And Rodri goes out to Fernandinho and Jack Grealish. He gives it back to Fernandinho. Rodri, Fernandinho. Well, we're going to see in a moment just how long Anthony Taylor is going to allow for stoppages. Can't imagine it being too much. Here's De Bruyne. De Bruyne plays inside to Gundogan. Gundogan left it for Foden. Foden left it for Gundogan. And now City will break away. Newcastle will break away with Egan Riley, but his ball is a disappointing one. And it just goes all the way through to Ederson in the Manchester City goal. And here's Rodri, and he gives it out wide there. And Grealish now has it. Grealish is cutting inside. Grealish, he gives the ball to Zinchenko, and there it comes off Foden. It's 4-0. They might look at this for offside, but it comes off Foden into the net. And it went to Zinchenko. Zinchenko looked like he shot the ball. And it just came across, and Foden was there ready to tap it in. Let's have a look at it again. And first of all, came to Grealish from Fernandinho. Grealish then cut inside the penalty area. Zinchenko attempted to shoot, but his shot was a bit wayward. But fortunately for him and Manchester City, it landed to Phil Foden, who just tapped the ball. Well, I don't know if he really knew about it. It was almost like it just kind of bounced off his leg, and he just quickly reacted to it. Maybe I'm doing him a disjustice actually when I look at it from that angle, because that is an excellent reversion there, and just adjusts his feet to knock that ball past Dubravnik, and it's 4-0. And I have to say, it certainly doesn't flatter Manchester City. And we're inside injury time now, but we still don't know how long. We've had a minute of injury time, and we still don't know how long has actually been announced. So here is Manchester City again inside their own half. 4-0 now. It is in fact 2 minutes of injury time, which is about right. I certainly couldn't see there being much more than that. The ball is long, looking for Sterling, and Sterling picks it up comfortably. Sterling inside the penalty area. And he gives it back there to Cancella, and it just goes wide. But it matters not. It's 4-0, and City are going to be 3 points clear at the top of the Premier League table tonight. And well, Liverpool have to go to Villa on Tuesday. You have to wonder there what they're going to get out of that. But then, of course, is the FA Cup final on Saturday, and there's 1 or 2 games in on the Sunday, I think, as well. So we'll see how it all plans out. But to be perfectly honest with you, City are looking absolutely unstoppable. Here's Foden, and he gives a quick back heel to Grealish. Grealish to Raheem Sterling. It's 5, and well, that was absolutely sumptuous. That was amazing football, and it is 5-0, and that is the cherry on top of the cake. And that was Manchester City at their glorious best. Well, let's look at this goal again. This was a work of art. Here is Jack Grealish. Gives the ball there to Foden. A wonderful back heel by Foden. And then Jack Grealish just knocks the ball on to Raheem Sterling, whose finish is absolutely sublime. And it is 5-0. And, well, that is really the cherry on top of the cake. And it brings out a huge smile and celebration by Pep Guardiola. He was obviously very impressed with that. And that's it. The full-time whistle at the Etihad. It's Manchester City 5, Newcastle United 0. And it has been a very comfortable, one-sided performance, it has to be said. And goals coming from Sterling on 19 minutes, Laporte on 38, Rodri on 60, Phil Foden on 90 minutes, and on the 93rd minute, Raheem Sterling capped off a wonderful performance by Manchester City. Well, you've been listening to the commentary hub. My name's Paul James. Thanks for joining us today, and goodbye.